everybody, I'm Joey Paul and I'm an indie author and welcome back to my channel. I write young adult fiction across a variety of genres, and if you think that might interest you, then think about subscribing below. I've done a number of videos on social media in the past and will link the last one up in the cards in case you want to watch that, but I thought that today I would revisit the topic and talk about some tips I have when it comes to social media. Now these aren't exhaustive, but just a few of the things I've picked up over the years. So here we go. Number 1, realness is better than fake. We've all heard that saying, fake it until you make it, right? That can apply to some social media, but to be honest, people prefer you to be genuine and your actual self rather than some fake persona. Now, I'm not an expert, but I do find that minimal engagement I get is because I'm real about things on social media, whether that's on Insta or Threads or Blue Sky or even here on YouTube. I might not be all about the bad, but I do share when appropriate and when I'm comfortable. Stuff that shows my life isn't all sunshine and roses, and I feel like people like that. They like that I don't shove positivity, which I'll talk about more in a moment, in their faces as if it's the only way to be an author. Better for my socials to show the true wins rather than pumping things up into something they're not. Now, I get that advice is given as a surefire way to win new followers and the like, but they don't actually stick around for long. It doesn't work the long term. Which leads me to number 2. Positivity isn't a given. You've heard the phrase toxic positivity, right? This is why it doesn't work in the long term to only show the good. Because no one, and I mean no one, has a perfect life where everything is positive and perfect all the time. It gives off a persona even if you're trying to be a real person. It stinks of the idea that you don't really believe half the things you post, but do so because of the clicks. And readers and others on social media just do not like that for long. And I don't mean never be positive, I mean don't always focus on only the good. Be human, share what you're comfortable with. Like for me, I'm pretty much okay with people knowing about health stuff, but there is a line there. And so I will talk about physical and mental health stuff in videos and posts, but that doesn't mean I don't also talk about the highs, the wins, and the times when things are going really well. So yeah, positivity has its place, but don't be fake about it. Don't be toxic about it. It does get noticed and people do not like it. Number 3, routine works. One of the first things I noticed when I started posting on Insta every day was how it helped. I have my days for videos and I have my days for teasers and I have those days for book posts and the like, and it all comes together to the point where my followers know what and when to see posts. The same applies to all social media I'm on. I post every morning on Blue Sky and Threads and talk about my work. I post here on YouTube every Thursday with a short on Sundays. It works because people know what to look for. While you don't have to post every day, having a routine helps your followers because they know when to look for stuff you've posted, they know what to expect and when. Routine can be a big thing that helps. Number 4. Every site is different. Now, I've mostly talked about Insta here because that's the one where I post every day, but I've also mentioned Blue Sky and Threads and how I post there every morning. But I don't post the exact same things because every site is different. I change the wording, I might even post something to one site that I don't to another, and so on. Every site is different, and because of that, every audience has a different expectation. And it's important not just to know this, but to lean into it because it can be the difference between doing things right and getting it very, very wrong. So if you're going to post videos, usually that's YouTube. Shorts and reels can be the same, but like they may be presented differently on each one. It's all about learning about that audience and finding out what that sweet spot is. And number 5, engagement takes a long time. This is the big one and the one that I think a lot of people forget. You do not just post once or twice and get instant engagement. There's learning the hashtags and following the right people. There's having the words that be the ones to draw people in. There's so many things like the algorithm being on your side and all of that. Engagement will take time and you can't rush it. You can try, but it won't necessarily work long term if you do that. Trial and error has a lot of place on social media, and you just got to do the best you can do so, to switch, to pivot, and to find new ways to do things. But you will get there, just be patient and keep going. So there we go, those are my 5 tips and such when it comes to social media. Like I said, this is not an exhaustive list. I'm sure other people could go on for hours about social media and all the things that you need to know to do here and there, but I found a way that works for me, and it really has been very simple to do. But I also am aware that I am very routine and organised oriented, and that's not the case for everybody. So take these and do with them what you will. Like I said, some of them work for me and some of them are more guidelines, but you've got to do what works for you. So do you have any tips when it comes to social media? Let me know in the comments down below. So that's all I've got time for today. If you want to support my channel, you can comment, like or subscribe. I post new videos on Thursdays. You can find me all over social media, and my books are available everywhere, and you can also sign up for my newsletter. And don't forget to pick up Cramming Chronicles, the third eight, which is the third in a young adult urban fantasy series. And also don't forget to grab a ticket for Wonderland in Nottingham in July, where I'll be signing books. All the links for which are listed below. Thanks for watching, and remember to keep writing. Bye.